What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is the 24th of January. It is Tuesday morning. We are looking at the crypto markets. We are looking at Alchemix this morning, switching it up. Had a request from a viewer to check this out, so can't say I've looked at this before today, so share a couple thoughts, wrap this video up. Of course, not financial advice. Ticker symbol, this is the Kraken data, by the way, guys. This is a daily chart on tradingview.com. The ticker symbol for this pair is ALCXUSD. This is the Alchemix / US dollar data from Kraken. Let's jump into this, guys. Welcome to the channel. So I went ahead and drew basically an overhead resistance line on the chart connecting some major highs going back to the 29th or so of July in 2022, so last year. Starting over here, then we have some candle wicks above our line, couldn't get above it, and then we are in some interesting times right now that we're going to get into in just a moment here. So you can see as I zoom in here what's going on. We've had these pump ups, pump up again, and then pump up again. And we actually broke above and closed above this overhead resistance line for the first time since it was created back in July. So you can see so far today, we are trading at 19 3/4, up about 3%, but we are fading quickly. So we'll have to see if this thing can hold above this overhead resistance line. Yesterday was a pretty important breakout for Alchemix, although the close wasn't as strong as I personally would have liked to see. I don't hold this, but if I did, or if I bought it, I would be a little uneasy with the way it closed yesterday, which would be the 23rd of January, 2023. We closed below, and I say that because we closed below this yellow overhead resistance line. We had Alchemix had an extremely strong breakout yesterday. Very bullish, really good sign to see. But the close was relatively weak. Today, though, we are back above the yellow resistance line, so that's a good thing. We did hit a high of 21.98, so a couple dollars off the high, and the lows were, let's see here, 19.40. So we're actually not too far off the lows, but we are relatively far off the highs. Something else that I see here is this is basically a cup with handle pattern. You have your cup, and then you have your handle. You have a breakout right here at this high of, let's see, 18.93. And the reason why I say yesterday was a strong breakout is because we broke out past that 18.93 left entry of the handle. Perfect cup with handle. Nice big candle wick here at the bottom. And then built the right side. Get your shakeout. Boom. Get your big breakout right here. So right now, in my opinion, of course, this is a bullish looking chart. We had a nice breakout yesterday. The close wasn't that strong, but today we are back above. So right now, I would be bullish on this. Of course, my opinion. And of course, the rest of the crypto market is going to weigh on this. So if Bitcoin decides to tumble right now and have a sharp pullback, there's a good chance that Alchemix will not be able to buck that trend and will head lower. So if I bought this yesterday, I would have a stop in place and patiently wait. That is pretty much my thoughts here on Alchemix. Let me clean up this chart. Guys, if you are not yet subscribed, consider doing so. Turn on the notifications if you want to be notified when we put out videos. I know some viewers like to be notified as soon as the videos are posted. We can do a couple other things here on the chart. we can take some major highs and put some Fibonacci's on to get some overhead price targets. So we could take we'll take this candle wick up here. We'll go to the low and you can get some price targets above the market. I see one up there at 59.25 and so on. We can also take the depth of the cup and get an overhead projection of the breakout from the cup with handle, excuse me. So we'll take this, we could take it from this candle wick here, top to bottom, roughly, let's see here. Roughly, call it $6, which would take us up to a breakout, if you're using that as your reference, to about $25 or so. So a $6 depth for the cup part of the cup with handle. And then if we go from the breakout zone up $6, that would take us up 31.5%, guys. And that would take us up to $25. So right now you're at 1975. So if you're going to use that method, you could look for a area to potentially lock in some profits, or at least a target area of right around $25. One of many ways to calculate some overhead targets from this breakout. More importantly from that though, especially if the crypto markets are just getting into their trend here, this thing could go way, way higher than $25. So right now, like I said, I would be making sure this line turns into support. So it was resistance. It was resistance, 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 and now it has broken and it's getting a pullback. You want to see that turn into support, and then we'll be looking for another leg higher, getting us a higher high. So we have a higher low. We're looking for that next higher low to come in, and it could come in right at that support line, and that would be perfect. And you look for a continuation to the upside. Roughly, like I said, I've never looked at this before, so I'm kind of just taking what I see here and, talking about it. When it comes to having stops in place and entries, I'd have to spend a little bit more time calculating some things. And like I said, everybody has a different way to trade, take positions, what they consider the correct amount of risk for them, where they would place their stops. Maybe they don't use stops. Maybe they use trailing stops. That's a whole different video there. So that is kind of what I see here for Alchemix. We had a nice cup with handle breakout yesterday. We are above a resistance line. We're getting a pullback. We want to see the price hold above that trend line. If we get a break below that trend line / resistance line, you want to see it regained relatively quick. Otherwise, it could be a failed breakout and we could be in for something like this heading lower. Although this is not the same scenario because this wasn't a cup with handle. But if that turns into resistance, the price is not quite ready yet and it needs some more time. Keep your eye on Bitcoin. It's definitely going to hold a lot of weight for the market. If Bitcoin does well, the overall market should do well, and vice versa. If Bitcoin decides to correct and head lower for a bit, most cryptos, 95+% are not going to be able to buck that trend. In previous bull cycles, some coins will run later in the cycle. So Bitcoin will have already reached its high, potentially trading sideways to lower, and then some altcoins will take off as money comes out of Bitcoin and goes into certain altcoins. But overall, Bitcoin is the big brother in the room, and what Bitcoin does, usually the rest of the market will do. So I don't know how popular Bitcoin is anymore. It used to be way more popular, but it does still play a big role in the markets. So that's my thoughts on Alchemix. Once again, this is the ticker symbol ALCX This is the Kraken data. Chart service is tradingview.com. I use the free service. You don't need a paid subscription to do exactly what I'm doing here on this video. As always, guys, links are down in the video description. Hit that thumbs up. Appreciate it. If you are not yet subscribed, consider doing so. A lot of viewers watching from the background, not yet subscribed. Turn on those notifications if that's something you're into. Leave a comment. It's always welcome. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.